Morning guys, how we doing? Welcome back to the Free Hammers. It's Luke here. Just a little sort of transfer or news update from West Ham. Few little rumours floating around. Just, as you know, I'm not in the know. It's just more of an opinion on what I think of these signings and what they could do to West Ham, and a potential couple of rumours about outgoings as well. I'll start with the big one that sort of came out yesterday. I don't think it's true, and God forbid that it is true. That Newcastle are looking at Lucas Paqueta, or Paqueta, however you want to pronounce it. We know that he's best friends with Bruno Guimaraes of Newcastle. So, you can see where that rumour comes from. They played together at Lyon. Obviously, they're international teammates as well. They have Joe Linton there as well, that actually played in the midfield for Brazil the other night, that lost to Senegal. Listen, Lucas has got to be, for me, the main man next year at West Ham. We see what he was about towards the end of last season. Now, it took him a little while to get going. We could see his classy touches at the beginning, but he really started to show how good he was as a player towards the end. 75 million is fantastic money. If we did pay 50 million, 75 million, 25 million profit in a year is fantastic sum of money. But no, we can't be selling him. We can't lose Declan and Lucas. Do I think Lucas will go eventually? I mean, not this summer, but do I think he will have maybe his eyes somewhere else, maybe in a year's time? Then that's a different question altogether. It all depends about where West Ham are. If we're still in Europe again, if Newcastle did come back in for him. Again, I don't think there's much in this Newcastle one. I'd like to think not anyway. They're about to sign Tonali, looks of it. So you'd think that their midfield would be Bruno, Tonali and Joe Linton. And one of them, if Paqueta did come, would have to sit out. And again, which one they would sit, I don't know. So yeah, I'd like to think there's not much in that. I hope not anyway. One of the other rumours of incoming is Alex Scott from Bristol City. Fantastic player, the Guernsey Grealish as they call him. A real prospect. He's raw, he's talented, he's got lovely skill. Would he work under David Moyes? I don't know. If David Moyes is bringing in this director of football, which is believed at Stead and will be confirmed soon, hopefully. Loads of rumours now that it's done. Not official yet, obviously, until it's on that website. Exciting player. 25 million, rumoured to be the price. Again, like I say, if he went on to have even half the career that someone like Jack Grealish did, and you could, have a massive resale value on him in a few years' time. It makes sense. I like signings like that. Go and buy the best players in the Championship. It's worked for us a lot in the past. Like I say, really, really like him. Brilliant, fantastic dribbler, absolutely fantastic dribbler of the ball, and has got a goal in him as well. Another player linked with West Ham as a Rice replacement, or one of the players that could do the CDM role, is Jeffrey Kondogbia from Atletico Madrid. Played for Inter Milan. He's a good player. He's 30. It was 30 in February. Very athletic. Relies on his strength and physicality to get him out of trouble when he does get in trouble. He's a good interceptor of the ball, but like I say, that he is 30 now, so there wouldn't be anything here. If you can get him, I don't know how much his value is. I didn't see that in the article that I read, but if you could get him out there, I don't know, 17 million or 20 million, maybe that's not a bad deal for a 30-year-old with experience, playing in European football as well. And again, what sort of football does he play? The Diego Simeone style, which, you could argue that, David Moyes is a poor man's Diego Simeone to a certain extent, so it wouldn't be that bad a signing. The big news is Manchester United are rumoured to be looking to put a bid in with Cash Plus player for Dex. The rumour is roughly around 80 million. Plus Scott McTominay or Harry Maguire. I see Gio's video, fantastic video. So I'm not sort of parroting that. I have very similar opinions to him on it. I think Scott McTominay is a fantastic player. He's not Declan Rice. He's not. And let's not kid ourselves. He's not. But he would be very, very good player for us. And I see it. I was actually reading some of the comments on the Hammers Chat video actually, because I always like to see what other people's opinions are on players. And there's a lot of people turning their nose up at McTominay as well. And I don't see why. I'll give you a good example. Philip Neville, when he went to Everton, not the best player at Manchester United, but he went on to be their captain, and I'm sure he went on to have like a testimonial there. Like he become a real hero there, and we've seen it before. Like Gio said, with Lingard coming, you know, there's been loads of players. Gibson, when he went to Everton, there was a big time when loads of Man United players were going to Everton, and they go on and have fantastic careers. Johnny Evans had a really good career at Leicester. You know, you can't, just because they don't stand out in the Man United team doesn't mean they won't be like one of the main men in the West Ham team. So yeah, I'd be happy for it. He's experienced, he's the good age. Yeah, 80 million at McTominay, I would take that deal, I would. And talking about Harry Maguire, again, if you make a mistake at higher level, you know, playing for Manchester United, it's highlighted more. It's more common. You see it more because they're a big club. They talk about it more, and it's more in your face. You know, you don't see people in the media talking about a good mistake all the time, or a Kerr mistake, or, you know, a Cresswell mistake, because it's not that publicised. Because he's Manchester United captain. And, you know, he plays for England as well. There's loads more about him. I like him as a player. And again, you have to think about the way West Ham play and how David Moyes plays. Not the way we want us to play. We all want us to play beautiful football, you know, pop it about like Brighton does, high press. David Moyes is our manager next season, and he doesn't play like that. And he looks for the set pieces, you know, he wants strong in the air. I could see Maguire having the same sort of impact as like a Craig Dawson, you know, scoring goals for us, leadership qualities. I'm not against it. I'm not against either of them. I'll be honest with you. I'm not against it at all. Seems like a good character around the dressing room. I know he's had a few off-field issues. But yeah, I wouldn't be against either. I wouldn't. And let me know what you guys think on that one. I'm trying to think, was there anything else to cover? No, I think that's it for now. Like I say, this Tom Steidten guy looks like it's more or less done. And let's hope he gets in and gets done. Oh, there was one more thing. Sorry, I remember I put it in the thumbnail. Danny Murphy. What an absolute twat of a geezer that man is. You know, he was on the radio yesterday talking about Declan Rice, and, you know, basically suggesting that Declan Rice should do a Craig Bellamy and a Joey Barton and kick off a big fuss to try and get out of the club. You know, force the move and force West Ham's hand, you know, refuse to play. Listen, Declan Rice is never ever going to do that. He's got too much love for the West Ham fans. You know, he's just made himself a hero by winning that cup. You know, why the hell would he tarnish his legacy by kicking off? I do genuinely believe, you know, if Dex was to stay, which I don't think he will, but if he was, you know, he'd still play with his heart on his sleeve. He'd play with play for the badge for another year if he had to. But you know, what terrible advice to send to young footballers, and, you know, these young players that are coming up. Oh, don't get your way, have a little sulk, refuse to play. Talking like Craig Bellamy, like, yeah, I liked him at West Ham, Craig Bellamy, but like, look what happened to him. Joey Barton, do it, Joey Barton, who's now bankrupt. Why people pay Danny Murphy to give opinions, I do not know. The man's an absolute tool. You know, he just talks a load of rubbish and cliche. Yeah, just wanted to give my thoughts on that. I hope you made it to the end of the video. If you did make it to the end of the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and leave in the comments. What should we have today? If you had to pick one between McTominay and Maguire, which one would it be? And put the hashtag, come on you eyes, keep believing. Let's go.